Aloha, I'm counselor and hypnotherapist Maribeth Theisen.
And I'm Eric T. Richter, publisher and editor. Welcome to Maui-Well-Being. Maribeth, what's new with you since our last show?
I've been doing a lot more sessions through email and Skype, and it works great when either I'm traveling or my clients are not from here. What about you?
I've been eating better and exercising more, eliminating some of the bad things in my diet, and I just feel great.
Oh, that's wonderful. So on Maui Well-Being, each episode we interview a talented healer on Maui, experience some of their work, and share what we've learned with you, the viewer.
Today we're at Doorway into Light's The Death Store, a green funeral home for conscious dying located in Haiku. We'll be interviewing its founder and director, Reverend Bodhi.
Oh look, here he comes now. Reverend Bodhi B. is a minister, teacher, and guide in the Sufi lineage. He's an independent funeral director, hospice volunteer, and executive director of Doorway into Light, a nonprofit organization here on Maui. Since 2006, Doorway into Light has been supporting and empowering families at end of life and with after-death care. They also offer education in wholehearted and sacred living and dying.
Doorway into Light's The Death Store is the first certified green funeral home in Hawaii. It reinvents and revolutionizes the funeral home industry. Bodhi is an off-the-grid organic homesteader, and he and his family grow fruit, veggies, and love.
Welcome, Bodhi.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
You weave into your work a number of streams. Tell us about that.
Okay. I think foremost, as a minister, wearing that hat, transformation of consciousness is, I would say, the most important thing that needs to shift on the planet right now. We're witnessing a global culture that's, I could say, eating the world. And I would say that's due in part to our inability to have a living, honest, real relationship with our own approaching death. Another one of the streams is to really take back something from an industry, actually a number of industries, the funeral industry, the cemetery industry, even hospice, a beautiful thing that's turned into a large institution / industry as more and more for-profit hospices come on board. So it's really to reclaim something that we as a people really have given away over the last, say, 100 years. And by having given it away to experts and business and industry, we've robbed ourselves of important community work, soul work, grieving. So, and not only that, in having given it away, we see unsustainable, toxic practices engaged in those industries. That's one of the streams. One of the streams is about, who are we? Do we die? What dies? What doesn't die? Is there death? Another stream is death in this culture is basically viewed as either a medical event or a psychological event. A medical event is all about things that are breaking down. When you ask someone who's dying, how are you? Mostly it's about, well, this is hurting and this is failing. And as a psychological event, it's couched as loss and losing and suffering. Death is so much more than either of those two things, and it's a sacred and powerful metaphysical and spiritual time. It's the most known thing that we're going to die. That's a known thing. We're going to die and we don't know when, and yet it's pretty much the least known thing about, and certainly the least talked about. So, I would say one more stream is to actually engage directly with people who are dying, to bring them more compassionate care, more consciousness, more awareness of the journey of the soul, so that So that dying is something that you do, not something that happens to you. Dying is not a passive verb. Dying is an active verb. It's something you actually do, face forward. You don't put dying over here and try to live as normal a life as possible. You engage in learning how to die and dying well, and not just for yourself, but for your family and community around you. A good death isn't just about you. It's about how you feed your community in learning how to die well.
It sounds like you're really talking about being conscious in life, being conscious with the planet, being conscious of your community, being conscious of everything, and that you bring that consciousness into the dying process then.
Absolutely. When people talk about conscious dying, there is no conscious dying unless there's been conscious living. To go to conscious dying school is a difficult process if you haven't brought consciousness into how you show up in your life, how you show up for others. I say we're witnessing a culture that's dying. How do we show up for a culture that's dying? The same way we show up in our life, the same way we show up for the people in our lives. It's not going to be any different when we're dying.
Exactly. The way we live would be the way we die. Makes
But
perfect sense.
certainly the coming into having a healthy living relationship with the elephant in the room, that we're going to die and we don't know when, to bring that into how we live day to day, so we don't wake up taking it for granted that we woke up, because lots of people didn't wake up this morning. And lots of people went to bed last night not knowing they weren't going to wake up this morning. We assume we have lots of time. It makes us lazy and complacent. Other people died tomorrow, not us. Funny thing is, I've spoken with other people. They don't think it's them either. 400 people a day die in America from accidents. 400 people woke up this morning not knowing today was their last day on planet Earth. Those 400 people went to bed last night not knowing they were going to die today. But we have this entitlement, a cultural entitlement, that we deserve 80 years. Other people die tomorrow. If we don't live to be 80, we've been ripped off. You hear it all the time. How sad somebody who's 60 is dying. We hear it especially when someone's child dies. How sad they didn't get to live a full life. As if we even know what a full life means. What does that mean? Are you living a full life now? How would you know if you are living a full life? It's a great question to ask yourself. What's a full life? Certainly if you ask a 12-year-old, are you living a full life? They'd be going, what are you talking about? It's an interesting question.
Well, as you mentioned, death is still considered a taboo subject for many of us in our culture, and we just don't like to talk about it. But how in the world did you get involved in this field?
Well, that either started when I was 17 and we got a phone call that my father had died suddenly in a car crash. And at 17 I didn't have any words or consciousness to really understand what had happened, other than that my father died. But in the next few years that became what steered my life in a completely new direction. It was the crack in the world. Later on, in the 90s, having been a minister, counseling people, baby blessings, weddings, couples counseling, people started coming to me in the late 90s who were dying. Someone they knew was dying. They were grieving, and I realized I didn't have enough skills. I needed to go get some more training. I went to the Maui Hospice, a fabulous organization, went to their hospice volunteer training. The training itself was transformational. And then they started sending me into homes to sit with dying people. I'd been here 30 years and they sent me into neighborhoods to sit with families I'd never even gone into before. And, so I actually started, it felt to me that I was in school learning how people were dying and seeing how people were dying. And often how they were dying was, I'm not dying, I'm not dying, I'm not dying. I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. My dying is over here, and I'm going to do my best to have as normal a life as possible, and that my dying is over here somewhere. And so basically I got to see that the way most people die is by not dying. And I've had businesses, so I started actually looking into what's happening in the funeral world, in the cemetery world, in the hospice world, and really what I saw was what wasn't being spoken to, wasn't being addressed. And I decided I wanted to address it. I wanted to speak to it, because there's the hospice piece, and then there's the after-death piece. And they didn't seem connected at all, and it felt to me they were one seamless piece. Actually, I'd say it's a seamless piece from the time you're born till after you're dying. And so I didn't see anyone bringing that work together. I didn't really see people, certainly I didn't see the funeral industry or the cemetery industry bringing in the sacredness of what it is. It's not about a business. It's not about a medical failure. It's not about you've been punished. That runs really deep, that you're dying because you've been punished or you made a mistake. That's very deep in this culture. Whether you subscribe to the Bible or not, it's deep in the culture that if you're dying, you made a mistake, you're a failure, you're being punished. It's very in there, and it shows up. And I know people, when they get sick, think they did something wrong, or they're being punished. It shows up. And of course, if you're walking in the forest and you see a cancerous growth sticking out of an oak tree, you don't immediately think, what did that oak tree do to create that cancer? Funny New Age talk. We don't lay those strips on a tree, but we certainly do on ourselves and each other. And so I wanted to start an organization that really wanted to include not only the day-to-day care of really deeply caring for, let's say, a soul who's dying. Not the soul that's dying, but the incarnation of that soul is dying. And I like the word death and dying. I think when we start calling it transition and passing on and changing address, those are all true to some degree, but they almost turn dying into a non-event. Because you do die, and when you're up at 3 o'clock in the morning because you can't sleep because the pain is so intense, transition maybe isn't the right word. Right. And in some ways it's kind of an avoidance and aversion of the fact that yes, we do die. We are probably the most advanced civilization in the history of humans at being in aversion, denial, and avoidance of the fact that we're going to die. If we just keep shopping, everything will be fine. So I started an organization, Doorway into Light. I happened to know Ram Dass. I told Ram Dass what he was up to. He said, I want to help. This is what I've been working on for 40 years. And I was like, great, you want to help? I'd be honored, delighted. I'd feel blessed if you wanted to help. So him and my wife Leila have been really the core group of directors of leading what we're up to. In 2006, we put on an event. We brought in some people from the mainland and also brought a Hawaiian teacher here, and Ram Dass was part of this panel, and some people from the local hospice were part of this panel. We wanted to see who in Maui had an attunement or an attraction to this work, this field of work, death and dying, and 100 people showed up for 3 days, and we started to network to see, okay, where do we want to go with this? And Doorway into Light, really the organization kind of birthed out of that. And if you want, I'll go on and talk about a little about what we've done, but I'll let you in here.
Well, I wanted to ask, where did the name come from? It's an intriguing name, Doorway into Light.
Doorway into Light, I'd been on the mainland teaching at a place called Gates of Heaven. And I loved being in a building that was called Gates of Heaven. And there was something very attractive about the image because it doesn't fix on any religious notion, really. It's a very broad image. And so I think in part that led me to seeing this doorway. Because the doorway it's so metaphorical and it speaks so much to us. We're always going through doorways, or we're coming out of doorways. So Doorway into Light to me was also something that had a spiritual feel to it, but didn't attach itself to some religious image or icon, and was broad enough that everybody could be comfortable with the image. And that's proven to be true, that it's a very wide spectrum feeling generated by Doorway into Light.
And Doorway into Light is doing seminars, and I notice that more and more people are attending these seminars. So death becoming less avoided, less taboo? What is your take on that?
I think it's both. I think it's both. And at first it was shocking to me that even in so-called spiritual communities, the aversion, denial, and avoidance was very thick. And you could hear it in the languaging. Oh, you don't die. There's no death. Well, I agree with that. But that's not the whole truth. More and more people are getting interested in this death and dying thing because the baby boomers have hit 65, fast approaching it, and many of us are watching our parents dying, and now starting to see our friends dying, and looking around at what is available and what isn't available. And there's a movement all over, at least America, to change that, to bring in what needs to be part of dying. And of course the baby boomers, and what the baby boomers actually represents is in 1945, there were approximately 1,600 babies born in America every day. 1,600 babies born in America every day. The Army came home, and pretty much a year later, the baby boomer generation began, and 1,600 babies a day went to 10,000 babies a day. So if you go to one funeral a month, pretty soon you might be going to 4 or 5 funerals a month. And so the baby boomers have pretty much changed everything we've touched. And so sure enough, now here's death and dying. We're going to change it. We're going to change it. And that's part of what I'm up to, is part of that movement that's going to change how we die, how we view death and dying, and hopefully how we live more consciously, knowing that we don't have time to be lazy, complacent. We don't even have time to be depressed. Even the dying people who may get depressed, and certainly have a reason to get depressed, most dying people get over being depressed because of how precious their time becomes to them. But we're kind of jaded and think we have time to be depressed. We don't.
I know our viewers want to know, how is a green funeral home such as the Death Story different from a traditional one?
As a green funeral home, I don't offer any, I don't do any embalming, never will. It's a toxic practice. All the caskets here are simple wood or bamboo or wicker baskets. No screws, no nails, no metal. There's a tremendous amount of metal, concrete, buried every year and year. Tropical hardwoods. A tremendous amount of tropical hardwoods buried in the ground every year. I don't sell any of those things. Besides using only real sustainable practices as a funeral home, I'm actually out to transform what a funeral home is. There's a bookstore, there's a lending library, there's a reference library. I offer a lot of free counseling in terms of advanced health directives, power of attorney. I counsel dying people and issues of what they're experiencing as they're dying. I counsel with families who have someone who's dying. I work with people. I counsel caregivers. Caregiver burnout is rampant in America. I help facilitate and organize volunteer caregiving teams, usually going into the family and getting their friends and community organized as a working team. I really want to bring it out into the public commons, which in America is the mall or the shopping area where people congregate, and add a cafe component to this to give people a comfortable opportunity to congregate and start talking about the subjects a lot of people want to talk about but don't necessarily feel safe to talk about. So that's some of the differences of what we're up to here.
What can we do when we have someone that we care about who's dying? How can we support them?
That's a great question. I think learning how to listen may be one of the most important skills. Most people need to be better listeners. And we have 2 ears, and certainly one of them is to hear what's being said, and I say the other one is to hear what's not being said. Deep listening is incredibly powerful, transformational really, and most people don't feel listened to or having been heard. And oftentimes a stranger will show up next to a dying person, and the dying person will feel more safe sometimes to speak truth to a stranger because they don't know the history. But I say that the skills to show up for someone who's dying really happen before you even enter into the space. And I would say there's three aspects to what you need to work on before you walk into the space. One of them is, what are the stories, conscious and unconscious, that you're telling yourself, or that are being told to you by the culture, by religion, by the medical world, that are these stories that are playing out about what you think about death, what you think a good death is, what you think dying is about, why you think people die, on and on and on. These are conscious and unconscious stories we're telling ourselves. We need to become conscious and aware of, are these stories true? Are these just beliefs or notions? What stories are we walking in with that create a filter to how we see the dying person? The second piece is, what is do we have a spiritual foundation? Is God, or whatever name you give to it, holy presence or great mystery or the big wow, or whatever name you give to it, is it real? Does it show up? When everything else falls away and things are tough, does that show up for you? Because you want to support a dying person in being able to access that place in them, but you need to be able to access it in you. So that you walk in and maybe you don't see a dying person. Maybe you see a soul who's dying, whose incarnation is dying. And I've seen people who are dying be incredibly relieved that someone finally looked in their eyes and saw them and didn't just see a dying person, but saw them. So those are two of the big foundation pieces. And also, what is your experience of dying? Have you been around dying people? What do you know about dying? These are essential pieces to, before you walk in the door. Can you come in with, I don't know? Can you come in without a filter of, I know what to do here, I'm the helper, that's the dying person, oh, this is what you do. So much of our life we see through the filter of, because we think we know what's going on. To be able to walk into that space in a I don't know actually is a tremendously powerful place to be able to then see and feel and recognize how you might be useful. So those are some of the pieces to how to show up for somebody who's dying.
Because when you're open like that, then you're open to any possibility unfolding. And the educational piece, you've got so much of that here, so if people educate themselves, stay open and listen, that's
absolutely.
going to make it better.
And creating the funeral home is more of a resource educational center, and not only for people who are dying and their families, not only for people who are grieving, and I would say everybody is grieving, and we're collectively grieving a number of things. I'd say many of us are collectively grieving the condition of the earth itself, some of the choices our government makes in our name, and on and on. And then, of course, I meet women who are grieving an abortion they had 40 years ago. But as a resource and educational center for people who want to explore and educate themselves and come into a healthy relationship with the fact that they're going to die and they don't know when. That's the point of... So, like you said, Maribeth, this is more of a life and death store because it stimulates full living. People say, what do you think about life after death? And my answer is always, I'm more interested in, was there life before death?
So what's the next step and overall vision for Doorway into Light?
Thank you for asking. We want to build a crematory. Most people are being cremated. I get 3 or 4 calls a week, can you help with a cremation? But we want to build a sustainably powered crematory. And the one we're designing now will be solar powered, supplemented, likely with biodiesel. And we're actually looking at making biochar from the cremation process. And that would be the first one in America where instead of actually leaving a carbon footprint, you turn into carbon. It's not from dust to dust, it'll be from carbon to carbon. And so you'll actually become food for the earth, food for your garden. You could still be in an urn, but you will make carbon. That'll be your last gift, which I think is a beautiful, beautiful vision. Well, that's one of the next steps. One of them is to, again, take this this, what I call the Steve Jobs garage phase of the incubator model of, does this store make sense? Is it on time? Are people finding out about it and appreciating what it is and what it offers? And I would say yes, yes, yes. The next step would be to move it to a more central location, add a cafe component to it, where the cafe could be available for presentations, movies, speakers, and that could lead to other classes around pain management, meditation, self-care, self-nourishment, caregiving, tools for the caregiver. So that's one of the next steps, and the biggest step is to actually have a piece of land to create a natural burial preserve for burying bodies, where we could plant trees over bodies instead of gravestones, to where we turn the land into park, open space, reforestation, land protection, greenways. So the current version of cemetery is one single purpose, taking out of the public domain forever. This vision is about multi-purpose, protecting and preserving land, keeping the land in the common domain forever. And in the midst of that, have the crematory, have a ceremony hall, have a school that not only teaches people conscious dying and conscious living, but teaches conscious practices for cremation and burial, that teaches about near-death experience, that teaches about all the pieces that are out there around this whole field. And the final piece to this dying center is a place for people to come and die, held in conscious, safe, sacred space. That's the big vision. And we're looking for land and funding to create the first one on Maui. And from what I've heard and what I've been inquired about, this could easily become a model that wants to be replicated all over the world.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I see that when you're talking about it. It would transform the world and how people think about the world. So with all these plans, how are you funded?
Barely is the current answer. We've had a few people make some donations, big donations. And for me, a big donation is $5,000. We've done a Kickstarter or Indiegogo campaign to raise money. We put on fundraisers ourselves that are part educational, part fun dance parties. We put on a beautiful one for Halloween, Day of the Dead, and we had a beautiful ceremony in the midst of that where people got to light candles for people who had died and they wanted to offer a prayer for. Through some of our funeral services, burial, ocean body burial, selling caskets and urns and books. Some funds are coming in, but we need to find a larger source of funding. We need a lot of help to manifest these next steps. So if you're out there and you have an attunement to what we're talking about here and want to contribute in some way, either as a donation or as an investment, please contact us.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to share about this.
We'll be back in a moment.
So Eric, how do you feel about your mortality now?
Well, Maribeth, I'm not planning on dying anytime soon, but it's good to know that there are caring people like Reverend Bodhi and Doorway into Light here on Maui.
Hey, did you know that Reverend Bodhi is the only funeral director in Hawaii to offer home funerals and ocean body burials?
Wow, what a way to go.
We'd like to thank Reverend Bodhi for being on the show today. To follow up with him, please take note of his contact information along with ours in the closing credits.
And thanks to you, our viewers, for watching us today. Until later, be
Be
well.
well.